Easy, no need. Focaccia bread. This has simple ingredients and takes very little effort. This bread just soaks up a sauce like a sponge, and it looks like a sponge. I will show you the results from a more traditional, thicker focaccia and how I make mine thin for a crispy or breadstick as well. The measurements I'm giving you: fill up a 8 by 8 square pan for a thicker bread. In a medium to large bowl, add 2 cups of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/2 teaspoons of active dry yeast, 1/2 teaspoon sugar. Mix that up. Then add 1 cup of warm water. Stir up the water and dry ingredients. It will be a very loose and a bit runny dough. Cover and refrigerate for 6 to 8 hours. Pull this out 1 to 2 hours before you want to bake it. So you can do this after you get up, or before work, or whenever. A little while before I start dinner, I usually pull it out and choose which pan to use. Here's how it looks right out of the fridge. I have used any type of olive oil or a good amount of all in your pan of choice. Maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons. Spread it on the bottom and sides. Here I'm doing a more thin, crispy breadstick type. I did a batch plus an additional half of a batch so I could season to different kinds. Next, I'm just gently spreading the dough some, using oiled fingertips. That's all you do at this point, and you cover again and let it rest at room temp for 1 to 2 hours. This to stick to the plastic wrap, so you could oil that too or use a clean damp towel. Just be prepared, if it is sticking, to slowly peel it off when it's time to bake, so you don't get too much stuck to it. After it's sat at room temperature, drizzle oil on top of the dough and oil your fingertips. Next, we will be pressing our fingers into the dough to create the dimples. It's usually recommended to just get almost to the bottom of the pan. I do touch the bottom sometimes and haven't noticed an issue, but some recipes are different and it could cause bigger tears in the dough. Here I'm doing the usual salt, pepper, and garlic powder on both pans. Then the bigger one I add parsley and rosemary. Then I add parmesan on top of the other one. For the thin breadsticks I baked at 415 for 15 to 20 minutes. The more thin option is great for pizza crust. For a thicker bread, in a smaller, deeper pan, 20 to 25 minutes. I make this type a lot with my creamy garlic sauce. That recipe is on my channel. It's one of my family's favorites. I love how easily this comes out of the pan. Some pans might not release the bread as easy. That's why getting a good amount of oil is important. This one cut horizontally and filled with sandwich ingredients and a sauce or condiment is so good. These remind me a little of Little Caesar's breadsticks and their crust, but better. It's super fluffy and soaks up sauce really well. We had this with a red sauce and spaghetti. You can add anything you want to this bread just before baking, like garlic cloves, onions, or more cheeses. Let me know if you tried this and subscribe to my channel, you guys.